What to do, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
And today we're doing something that I never thought we would ever do because we don't think about this distillery and special releases, but today we're drinking Bullett 12-year rye.
Oh, rye.
All the way from Lawrenceburg, well, not Lawrenceburg, yeah, Lawrenceburg, Indiana. This is sourced from Lawrenceburg, Indiana, but from Kentucky comes the Bullett 12-year 95.5 rye whiskey.
You people know how I feel about 95.5.
Oh, I do. And this, again, is one of those experiments of, is Jake going to like it? Probably not, but you know what? We're going to try anyway.
We're going to see if this 95.5 is different than the other ones.
So 46% ABV, so it'll be at least palatable in that way. Pause for cork pop. Oh,
yeah, we don't even have to pre-drink.
You would hope not. All right, so let's pour this up, and while I'm pouring this up, Jake, do the thing.
Oh, right down here somewhere, there's a little box that has a subscribe button. That's if you want to follow us, you know, check us out, be friends, a watcher.
Become a watcher.
Yeah. And then there's a nice little notification bell if you really like us and want to know anytime we post something. And then right next to that, if you like this video, there's a little like button. If you want to hit that, we would really appreciate it if you clicked any of those because we're
on the way to 500.
We are a low sub channel and we are just, you know what? I'm going to say it. We've got validation issues.
We need to be validated in everything that we do.
Not everything, just this specific one.
But for all of you that have already hit that button, thank you. And all of you that will, thank you very much for becoming a watcher and joining the channel on our road to 500 and then on to 1,000, where we'll do a free bottle giveaway for you all. So,
only
with that
for
being
people
said,
that say stay subbed though. If you're not subbed at 1,000.
Yeah. Too bad, so sad.
Sorry about your luck, Chuck.
Anyway, let's take a look at this bad boy.
Perhaps Larry.
So the color is just this very light copper, and the legs on this thing are there. I'm getting them. You getting them? I'm getting them.
I just stopped swirling. Trying to beat the air into it.
You're trying to beat the 95.5 out of it. It's all you're trying to do. You're like, be a bourbon, be a bourbon, be a bourbon, be a bourbon, be a bourbon. Please. Yeah, I'm getting some nice legs. Despite all the spinning I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
They're looking good. So, Bullett, so far you're 1 for 1. How did that nose do though? Ooh. Jake's about to fall over. See, I'm not getting a whole lot of that. Like,
lemon and fresh cut grass.
Yeah, I'm getting citrus. I'm getting a little bit of like ripe fruit, but I'm also getting that grassy note. That's that 95.5 Lawrenceburg, Indiana, MGP, Ross and Square rye.
Because you know the favorite thing I love in the day is whenever I'm mowing my grass, the wind catches it and I decide I'm eating a salad now. Oh boy! What is that, dandelion? At least I got one superfood in today.
Yeah, this smells amazing. I know Jake isn't really a fan of it, and I think he's crazy for it, but you know what? We're all individuals.
I'm not a rye guy. I'm a sweet bourbon guy. That's why the cigar batch is like one of my favorite finishes.
All right, anyway, down the hatch, everyone. Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers to all you watchers out there.
Yep, that's a rye whiskey, all right. Just big, bold rye spice. Not super complex. Oh, maybe it is. So I'm getting a little bit of like berry sweetness, but then again, I get a lot of barrel, I get a lot of that rye spice and lemon.
For me, there's a lot of, I can see the berry, but it's way on the back end.
So I'm getting more of the berry than I think I am of anything else. Like I'm focusing on the sweeter aspects of it.
I am too, but it's almost like a warhead, you know?
It does have
so you're
kind
like,
of a,
oh my God, what is going on? Oh, hey, okay, that's not actually
it's not
the worst.
It's not the worst. It's not that bad. This actually is pretty good. Bullett, you're
whatever
okay.
you did to the 95.5 made it not as terrible.
I think they just,
I will give you that.
I think they just blended and bottled it. I don't think there was much to do.
They aged it for a long time.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I think they've only done a 12-year rye one time before. I don't remember the exact date of bottling, but this one just hit the market again, limited release. I think it was $59 out the door. Jake's making bitter whiskey face. But
see, there it's sweet again. That's nice. But you got to get through it.
It's like a warhead almost. You got to get through the sour to get to the sweet.
You know what's going to happen with the rest of this at the end, right?
You're just going to chug it.
I'm going to throw it back like a old Western boy.
Like a cowboy?
Like a farmhand.
Like a good man.
Like John Wayne.
So, again, $59.99 out the door, where I purchased this one from here locally in southern Indiana. I'm not mad about it at that price.
Not for a 12-year, honestly.
Not for a 12-year-old bourbon.
Mad. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, for a 12-year-old rye, it is a lot of time. The flavors are...
rye.
Do what?
Load-bearing rye.
The load-bearing rye. So, the proof point, I would have liked to have seen it a little higher. I'm just nitpicking at this point. The flavors are good. The proof, I think, again, could be higher, but it's not bad where it is.
I think if the proof was higher, we wouldn't get as many sweet notes as we got, and I wouldn't like it as much.
I can see that, and that's a fair opinion. So for this one, I'm looking at probably
Went full Bill Clinton with the clicker here.
I see. I'm looking at a solid B on this one. I think it's a good pour for $59.99. It's not the most complex thing in the world. You get sweetness, you get those typical rye aspects, you get the herbs, you get some pepper, baking spices. But other than that, you're not getting a whole menagerie of depth of flavor.
Sour lemon.
There is a good bit of like citrus to it.
Yeah, and then it just bites down on you for a minute, and then it gives way to like almost berry, and then it changes to, for me personally, it changes to like a pie crust.
It's like a pie crust. I can kind of see that. I don't really get pie crust, but again,
I'm talking just plain Jane, cut, dried.
Cut, dry, like baked pie crust.
Yep.
Interesting. But yeah, that's a review on this one. What's your letter grade? I'm gonna B.
I'm gonna go C minus, bordering C. If I was polite, I'd give it a C.
If you were polite, but you ain't feeling polite today. Not
with a front end like this.
So obviously this one is not going to dethrone the Jack 12. So Jack 12 is still sitting back there as our favorite of the year.
Oh, sorry. Here, let me give it the proper.
And yeah, so that's a review. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We appreciate you. Go ahead down there, like Jake said before, hit that like and subscribe button, become a watcher, and help us on our journey to our first 500 subscribers and then on to 1,000. And until we drink again, we want to remind you to share a pour with your friends and family because, just like the
movies.
Oh, goodness, he said it again. Memories don't make themselves, guys.
You sound like you need a breath, man. Gosh.
Cheers. We're really good at these, like, end of recording claims.
We're getting really good at that.